Hello again, my name is Abby, and from Aroza Wellbeing Center I have beautiful guests here, and to my right is Tricia. Hi
Abby.
Tricia.
Hi. Hello everyone.
You're smiling already about the topic.
Yeah. I shouldn't be smiling. Well, it is a part of life, isn't it? And
yes.
It's a breakthrough often,
Right.
rather than a breakup.
Oh, that's a nice way to look at it.
And quite often we're spared.
We are, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll talk more about it. I have to say hello to Elise.
Hi everyone.
And hi Dr. Farah.
Hi Abby, hi
And
everyone.
thanks for being here again.
Thank you for having me.
Sorry, keep going because it's a so hot topic.
Yeah.
What's the...
I just think that what we can do through a breakup, and as I say, a breakthrough, because it is a breaking down of something to then rebuild, and in that breaking down we can see more light. And so therefore I think that it can be sometimes, God, the universe, has to go hard to wake us up to ourselves and tell us we're on the wrong path. Something's not right here for us, and it can hurt because we're pretty stubborn as human beings. We hang in there, we keep doing the same thing day and night, and it's often not good for us, or something's unknown and it's not good for us, so something comes along, there's a catalyst. However, I think the best thing to do is to continue to look after ourselves, and that is to sleep, to eat well, to spend some quality time with those around who are supportive, reach out. Not
That's
to spend
important.
too much time on your own, feel the love that you would always have felt from your friends and family who may have seemed secondary during the relationship, but call them in and to take really good care of ourselves and keep our hygiene going, because we neglect ourselves. We are the ones that neglect us. We break up with ourselves during a breakout.
So give yourself some love.
Give ourselves lots of love and ask for lots of love from those around us to help us. As if we had a physical injury. It really is very similar, isn't it? We take time to recuperate, we take time to have some professional advice if we need it, we have people coming around and helping us. It's not to be taken lightly,
Yeah.
Yeah, true. But doctor, what not to do?
There's a long list. So what not to do? What I see frequently is that, dealing with that pain of going through a breakup, we try to fill that void. And filling the void is where we need to be really careful. How are we filling that void? Are we stopping to acknowledge where we're at, how much we have changed through this, or we are changing through this situation? So people tend to we're looking for support, yes, but people go to unhealthy ways sometimes. So one is they jump into another relationship with someone to feel, just to feel a connection, because they don't like feeling alone, or maybe they're afraid of being alone.
To feel wanted.
You have my voice there.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That happens quite often, and people don't necessarily recognize. People don't really stop to recognize that it's not real. It's not a real innate desire, but you're just trying to cover up. You're basically putting a plaster on the last relationship by moving on to another, and you're not dealing with the sore that's actually deep inside, and that will fester. So that's one thing not to do. Other things, people turn to substances, or people turn to other unhealthy actions, food. People eat their way through it, or even sleep, don't show up to work. A lot of things that you do that you should not do. So those things, try to keep your life still going, even if it's just an action. You know what I mean? You're just doing it as a routine. Just as you were saying, keep the routine going. You brush your teeth, you go to work, you just show up. You're on autopilot, and it's fine to be on autopilot.
Yes,
Fake it till you make it.
You don't have to be having a great time and having fun and thinking, why am I so miserable? I'm miserable, and I'm going to go to work, and it isn't easy, but I'm going to keep one foot in front of the other.
I'm going to show up.
And I'm going to show up for me.
For me, exactly. it's about keeping yourself together. And, I mean, I've been through a really rough one, and when my world was falling apart, I basically told myself, I'm going to remain standing. Let my world fall apart, but I will remain standing. I told myself that, and that is what I've kept with me for so many years, right?
Yeah.
So I am independent of everybody else, but it's still part of that connectivity. And if you're worthy enough to be with me, because I'm a good catch.
You are. Absolutely.
Thank you, Elise. Yeah, and I think it's about believing that.
That's
and
called
knowing yourself.
self-belief.
Definitely.
It is, but if you don't believe you're a good catch, nobody else would, and you shouldn't expect someone else to, right?
Yeah.
I know what I bring to the table, and if you know what you bring to the table, then you should be proud of that.
Absolutely.
And if somebody doesn't appreciate it, it's fine.
That's right. They don't have to.
Yeah.
They don't have to. They can go and spend time with other people. That's fine. But I also think that what not to do in a breakup is to believe that that person is the only person for me, is the only person out there. Give myself some time to breathe and see that the world is full of many people.
Sorry, I need to stop
That's
here.
true.
Why do we believe this is the only person and there's no one else?
Purely
because we
in
all
those-
have been through this,
Yes,
haven't
but
we?
it's an egoic kind of attachment, because we are severing those links, those ties, and it takes some time. I mean, if it's a brutal breakup, then we haven't even had time to process it, and all of a sudden we may have to change where we live, or we may have to change our financial situation. We may not be able to work together anymore if we work together. We may have children to work out. I mean, it's not easy to just overnight think, oh well, this isn't working, I'll move on. There's a lot tying us together, and so those ties have to be very gently disconnected.
Released.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
But to take that to another level, what I've seen sometimes with some of my clients and even friends, that they go through this and it sometimes hits them out of the blue, because they don't even recognize that the relationship is not going well until it all of a sudden
So it's
ends.
a shock factor.
So it's a shock factor. So that's really hard for somebody to, if they were not seeing the signs before, right?
Yeah.
To be able to then have their world changed all of a sudden. I mean, it's a hard blow, right?
Yeah.
So to even get that level of anxiety, the uncertainty, what's going to happen to me, where would I go, and these things are really important to go out and actually get help from people, or professional help. Speak to someone. And it doesn't have to be anybody too fancy, but at least go out there and get your thought processing going. Start the questioning. You're going to question everything, right? You're going to question everything. How did this happen? Why did it happen? And what not to do is to not address that. You kind of need to go through it at that point in time.
What can I do right now?
Yeah. So what you can do is try to figure out, okay, let's assess the situation, but you have to have a clear head, and you need to have that safe space and that support to be able to express.
I'm waiting to hear from Elise. What not to do during a breakup, Elise?
So, what not to do? I think when you break up with somebody, like you said, you're severing that tie. I think if you don't need to contact that person, or if you don't have family, or you don't have children or pets or whatever, just clean break. If there's nothing that you need, nothing's pending or whatever.
Yes.
So it depends from one case to another.
It depends,
Right.
of course it depends.
Yeah.
But if you really want to move on from somebody, then you need to leave your past in the past.
That's a big one. I think that's a really, really big
And
one.
I don't think, sometimes you can remain friends, but I don't think it's not worth it. Why?
Exactly. What's the point of that? It's like, your value was then. You have no more value now. It's like,
You're not with me? That's it.
Yeah. You jump ship.
I'm growing wings. I'm growing wings and I'm going to fly on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Let's move to another nest. So it's like, but
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's important what you said, because people often keep those strings of attachment.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't do that.
It must be very difficult to have that kind of...
But what about the reminiscences we have, the memories, the eating,
they'll
the
come,
meals,
for sure.
you know?
Time will help it
the
fade.
song, the favorite
find
music, the
friends to do
favorite
those
food,
things
favorite
with,
restaurant. It's not easy just
No,
Just
but
to
I
go,
think
you know what? That's it. I'm not with you anymore.
You know, my mother said something to me actually. My mother
Goodness.
said, and it really resonated. She had said to me, "Do you prefer to lose him in life or in death, or by death?" And then I was like, "Yeah, well, I don't really want him to die, so it's okay to lose him in life, right?"
Well, some people want him to die.
Some people would, right? For me, no, it's fine. You can live. But I didn't. And for me, that brought a different perspective for me. That it's okay. It's not a life and death situation.
He's not died. But
Yeah. This is a choice that whether I chose
He
it or
died
not.
from your life, maybe. Or in your life.
Yeah, or whatever it is. But I mean, life is life, and people are human. People make mistakes. People, you know, we don't know where that circle will come back. You never know where you end up. So
That's
it's,
true.
Yeah, it's not about the hate or developing. You break, yes, but you break the emotional attachment to the person.
That's
Yes.
true.
You know what I mean? So even if you have to deal with them with kids or whatever it is, but just keep yourself emotionally cut so that you're not on that roller coaster with them every time.
And that takes work.
Yeah,
that's
it does,
not
yeah.
that's
It
not an
does.
overnight decision.
Definitely.
You know, the way I deal with it is I question whether I need that person in my
Yeah.
life.
Yes.
I go back to the moments where I'm the most triggered, and I ask myself, is it even true that I can't function without this person in my life? And then I have a look and think, no, it's not true.
Still here.
And I'm still here. And as Rumi, the wonderful Iranian philosopher, says, we are the mountain, and all the emotions that we're feeling are the visitors. But we're still here. We're here before, during, and after. And it's very, very true. It's a learning opportunity. But as to your point, Abby, when there are the favourite songs, the favourite restaurants, the favourite this and the favourite that, it may take some time to wean ourselves off of that and create new habits, new places.
But there's no reason why you can't cherish those memories either.
Yeah,
in
maybe
time,
just stop
in
eating
time.
there.
In time.
Stop eating that food.
Stop eating that.
It's such an individual experience. If it's your choice, then it's likely you'll be more prepared. If it's not your choice, then it will come out of nowhere maybe, and that will be a shock.
Yeah.
If there are
Yes.
things pending, as we say, that's going to make it a little bit more complicated
True.
and painful. That's where professional guidance can really help, because you feel like you're shouldered by someone through that. And even if it is your choice, professional help can always
sure.
help you to just
true.
get all of this emotion out. But
And to sort through the muddle as well.
I think that number one thing to not do during a breakup is to stop loving yourself. To give up on yourself.
That's so true.
To believe that you are it. You're the love of your life. You are the one you've been waiting for, and that you come home with yourself, you put yourself in that shower, you know your favourite food, you lie yourself in bed when you're tired. So who else could possibly look after you
That's
as much
so
as you?
true.
Exactly. You are full
So
on
don't
your
give
own.
up on
Exactly.
yourself.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
And keep filling up your cup. Do
Yes.
those things.
In little ways, however long it takes, in the smallest steps, do it step by step,
Yeah.
but don't give up on yourself.
Agreed.
That's true.
Agreed.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Elise, you wanted to say
Yeah,
something.
another thing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, all of these emotions will come, when you break up with somebody. You might feel anger, you might feel resentment, you might feel all of those different things. And you might want to take revenge somehow. That's something that we don't recommend. No, what
It
not
might
to
make
do.
you feel good.
Yeah, but then what?
It makes
Yeah.
you feel good. There's another then what?
Yeah, I would say maybe don't damage property.
Yeah.
Don't get physical, don't get violent.
And certainly be wary of social media.
That's very true.
Don't torture yourself by going onto social media and stalking and checking out and comparing.
Yes,
That's
You
a
know,
good
give
one.
yourself a
Yes.
detox, a little bit of
Yes.
time off that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Quiet
That's a big
time.
one.
Wow, interesting. So many beautiful answers
Yeah.
again and again we have from all these expert people with me. But what not to do during a breakup? There's so many things, as everybody said, and if you put it down, you will find beautiful, beautiful guidelines. But write to us what not to do during a breakup. Really share with us, and we would like to hear from you as well. And for now, thank you for being with us. Thank you for listening to us, and we see you soon. Bye bye now.